want them to take their situation, put it into our hands, and let us take care of that in the best way we know how. That's what we do. We sit down, we talk with them, we explain to them why we have to charge for certain things. We explain to them their options that are available, and basically ask them to just go ahead and trust us to go ahead and take care of things, and it usually works out. In 1984, I lost my sister in an auto accident. And she was 20 years old, and my family's a very close family. We're very close-knit. When she passed away, it kind of changed our lives, and changed our lives forever. And sometimes when people find out that you've been through a similar experience or a similar loss, especially when it involves a loved one who's young, it makes them feel not so much alone. I thought, you know what, I'd like to be able to help people the way a funeral director helped us when she passed away. And so 26 years later, I'm still carrying on what I learned from what somebody gave to me during that process. Well, what we strive to do in the community is to try to be there for them when a death occurs. One of the things we're finding in today's society is that people's needs vary. The way they experience a death in their family varies. You know, some people choose alternative type of services. Other people feel a need to have a traditional service. And in today's world, we're a very mobile society, so a lot of those traditional things have changed, but we don't change the traditional values as far as what they want or what we offer. So we're here to help them at that time. We're also here long after the funeral's over with. We have kind of an open door policy here at our funeral home that people are always willing to come back, and they're able to come back and talk to us at any time. Sometimes people, after the funeral's over with, they're fine, and they do well on their own. Other times they feel just they need a good listening ear. We also help them with Social Security benefits and veterans benefits too. We try to see what all they might be entitled to. So that's part of what we offer to them. Close to 50% of the funerals that we're doing today are ones that have been pre-planned. Either pre-planned and or prepaid for. The pre-planning is a process that people can simply come in and talk to us, find out what their options are, and then after discussion, we go ahead and put it down on paper. We also gather statistical information on them, things that we would need to know for when they pass away. That way their families don't have to come up with the information at the time. We also sit with them and go through their different, if they choose to prepay it, how much things will cost. There's payment plans that are available. Some people choose to go on a payment plan, or they'll pay for it all at one time. Under Indiana state laws, when somebody prepays a funeral through a funeral home, the monies that they prepay are put into an irrevocable funeral trust as required by law, which basically means nobody can touch that money until that person passes away. Money's put into a trust that grows. The funeral home hopes that it keeps up with inflation. If it keeps up with inflation, everything's fine. If it doesn't keep up with inflation, the family does not owe any more money for the services and the merchandise that they selected. It's a way that if a family is able to do so, if an individual is able to do so, they can kind of stay ahead of inflation a little bit. So, and it does relieve a lot of the burden, or not necessarily burden, but the task of making the funeral arrangements, and also having to pay for it many times. And like I said, we get a lot of thank yous. Most of the time they're very glad that Mom or Dad did that.